Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mediak, and today we're going to be talking about men.
In tights.
And there's three.
There's three of them. We're talking about men.
They're really sweet too.
Yeah, really, really hot men. Well, two of them are hotter than the other one, but it's okay. He's still cute. I like him.
That means.
Like that, man.
No, what? I thought he was dissing Toby.
I'm dissing Toby. I'm totally dissing Toby.
No.
I don't think Toby's hot.
We're in agreement, though, that Andrew is definitely not the one he's talking about.
Of course, yeah. That's what he's known for, is being hot. Like, he's so cute.
There was a point in my life where I got told I looked like Andrew Garfield, and I'm like, I want to live off that high for the rest of me.
I was also told that once, and it's genuinely the greatest moment of my life. And I'm not just
Spider-Man, and he's pretty, like,
oh my god.
amazing.
Have you seen him now? Oh my god, dude. He's genuinely like the most attractive person on the entire planet, because his hair it like combs out. It's like a perfect mane while he has like this super nice like kempt beard. I like, there is nothing more on this planet I want than to resemble him in some way, which is not possible. It's not. It's.
I think you're gonna be exactly him in like 6 years, Zach.
I appreciate that.
Like, beard fills out a little bit more. Like, you're almost already there. You just need to go.
I know, his hair is incredible.
Andrew, I mean, Spider-Man 2 hair is crazy. Like, how did you get that volume? Like, what are we doing? Like, what's your routine?
I argue to say that there has not been a single version of Andrew Garfield, single variant of Andrew Garfield where his hair looks bad. He just is like...
You look up ugly Andrew Garfield, and I'm still going to want to kiss him. I promise.
Callie, do you remember back in sophomore year of high school when we were in engineering class together, and we were just Googling shirtless pictures of Andrew Garfield, and then our teacher walked in, and he was like, Skylar, Zach, what are you doing? And we were like, men.
Yeah.
That was great times.
That's the ugliest picture they have.
You know what? I'd still kiss that. He's cool. I like him. All right. We're talking about Spider-Man, the third Spider-Man movie today. Cassie and Austin have escaped the back rooms. Thank God. I don't know how they did it, but they're out. Yes. Cassie, Austin, Skylar, Zach. Oh, Chandler's in there. He'll be fine. He was out for like a second. He was giving us an update on life and stuff, but then he accidentally like fell back in. It'll be okay. He'll be out eventually. Don't know when, but eventually. Oh, right. Yeah. Cotton candy and stuff. Was that the last episode you were on?
Me?
Yeah.
What do we do pre-Spider-Man?
Dunkirk, maybe, or
Supergirl
with Northman? Oh, Supergirl. That was it. Yes.
Yeah, because it was the in-person one.
I missed all of those.
Did you watch Supergirl, Cassie?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
So I think I was working that week, and I was like, well, I don't want to pay $20 for a movie ticket if I can't go talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that was the week that I was out of town for a wedding. So even more so, I couldn't go.
Yeah. I was mainly asking for the sake of like wasting the money. It's not, I wouldn't, Austin would disagree. I wouldn't classify it as a bad movie. It just is like insanely mid.
I feel like it's hard to follow up on Superman from last year.
Superman's so good.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Like, I just saw, I rewatched...
Bar way too high.
They did, yeah. I rewatched that scene with him and Lois where after Crypto gets kidnapped and she's like, well, why do you want to save him? And he was like, I don't know. Like, he's just out there alone and sad. And she was like, but he's not your dog. And he goes, yeah, and he's not a good dog either. I love that scene. It's so good.
But he's scared.
Yeah. It's so good, man. Yeah. This movie almost has scenes like that. At least once or twice. I don't know. We should probably talk about the actual... Austin, it's your turn. Tell us about the movie.
Good. All right. So, our boy, Peter...
5 sentences or less.
I'm going to make a lot of run-on sentences. But it's Spider-Man. I have so many things to say.
Spider-Man.
Our boy, Peter Parker, the one and only, he's struggling at the beginning of the movie because people know his identity. So he goes to Doctor Strange to, obviously, as anyone else would do if your life's going to shit, make magic to give everyone amnesia. For some reason, that does not go well. We can talk about the details of why later. And then all of a sudden, a bunch of random villains from other movies get thrown in, and apparently so does other Spider-Man. And then they Scooby-Doo it up. Shout out Sky.
I didn't know. Don't worry.
And then Aunt May dies because she's like, we got to help him. And Peter's like, sure. And then Tom and Andrew and Toby
all kiss. They all kiss each other. Mwah, 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 mwah. Inside of every man is 3 men, and it's all 3 Spider-Man, and they all kiss. You know?
I watched the Disney Plus version. I think that was cut out. But yeah, then Tom tries to kill Goblin because fuck that guy. Sorry. And yeah, Toby's like, no. And then everyone forgets who Peter Parker is.
That's true. Yeah, that happens. All right, that
was one really long run-on sentence.
You're right. It was. You nailed it. You did better than anyone else did in their summaries because you only used one sentence.
And prayed one word.
So you don't throw in a period.
Cassie, that's on you. One word summary of the Odyssey. Long. Water. Robert. Boat. All right, Skylar, take it. Give us the first positive about this movie, and it can't be about our boys. It has to be something else.
Okay, not about the boys. Has to be something else.
Yes, literally anything else.
Flash is still like the class clown funny guy in this one, which is
literally you could have picked anything else, bro. You could have picked literally anything else to enjoy about this movie because that was one of the first things I wrote down.
Flashpoint.
I literally wrote down I don't like Flash.
I just put least Flash.
I said that I did not like the last movie almost at all, but I liked how Flash had like a little arc where he was getting made fun of and his life sucked and his family hated him, and then they just dropped that and made him the silly man in this movie again, and it was very annoying to me.
No, he went back to trying to claw for fame. He was doing this.
Went back for it. He never had that.
Yeah, he was trying to get it before he was streaming. Spider-Man watches things, and now he's trying to say that he's best friends with Spider-Man, trying to ride off the fame of Spider-Man.
No, I mean, I get that aspect of it. I just don't like it.
The characters.
I mean, I assumed the boys were any Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and then the Ned.
No, Doctor Strange sucks ass. I was assuming that no one was going to talk about him in the positives. But the boys, I was mainly talking about the 3. The 3 boys.
Ned's not one of the boys.
No, Ned is not one of... Dude, especially in this movie, Ned is not one of the boys. Dude, I don't know if you guys were listening, but I do not like Ned and MJ throughout this trilogy, throughout the last 2 weeks. I was very adamant about that. I think MJ's great in this movie.
Critique. I'm like, I think Ned might be my least favorite thing across the whole Tom Holland thing. Like, serious.
I was getting shit for that, Austin. And you agree.
I like Spider-Man when he's alone and sad, and I want him to have less friends. And also, I just don't find Ned that funny.
I agree.
I mean, I think the whole point of Ned is to just be funny friend character. Yeah,
exactly. And
but everyone is in these
funny.
Literally every single character in all 3 of these movies is the funny character, and it's very annoying, at least in my opinion. Not less so in this movie than the last 2, but like. I don't know. Austin, you said you didn't watch the last 2, but trust me, there's not a single moment where there's not like a joke.
I've seen the last 2 more than enough times to talk about them, and you know that very well.
That is true.
Mysterio wasn't a funny character for the latter half.
I did laugh at him like whenever he was like stereotypically evil at some points, but you're right, he wasn't like funny. But he's like the only good part of that movie.
True.
Someone else say a positive. That's actually a positive.
Okay. Doctor Strange's cup was really funny. It said, "Oh, for Fox's sake."
For Fox?
Fox. And it had a Fox.
How do you spell it?
Say the F word.
Oh, I thought you were gonna. I thought it was like the brand Fox. Doesn't it be like 911 Fox, like my Fox?
No. I like this cup.
I did like his cup too.
Oh, I've got one. This is gonna count as the boys, but one of the cutest boys are also in this movie besides the one we were talking about.
Jamie Foxx.
How dare It is not even him. He's great, but he's a cute man.
Oh, Tom Hardy, right? I forgot.
You are doing a disservice to the second best man in Reds. And he,
Is it
I
Wong?
guess is past that.
Daredevil, who's actor.
No, dude.
Yeah, the Matt Murdock. He caught a brick. He's a really good lawyer.
Yeah, I don't like that scene because of that bit, though. Like, it's so like.
You can't have fun, man.
No, there's okay. No, this movie. I'm not saying I didn't have fun with it. Like, this movie is insanely fun, but if you like think about it, I think that scene does the worst of the audience reactions out of all of them. Because like Andrew's one of him taking off his mask is bad, but I think it somewhat makes sense because he just walked into a house that he doesn't know anyone in it, so like he's going to have a weird reaction. But he slams down his what's the name of that? The
Dane?
Is it a cane? I thought he uses it to like
His walking stick.
Yeah, his walking stick. He slams it down and then holds it there for like 10 seconds. And then the camera turns and we see him. I'm like, that's just awkward. Who does that? If you're walking to go take a seat, you walk up and take a seat. You don't go and then take.
See, I didn't notice that. I noticed the one with Andrew immediately because I haven't seen this movie not in a theater in a while, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
like, that's really bad. He's just staring at me. It's so quiet in my bedroom right now. Oh my god.
I actually thought
that's the Matt Murdock one because I mean obviously I was clapping and cheering, so like I guess that one just like went by.
I loved everyone. I like the rest of that scene is fine. Like I like the bit where they just brush away the legality of Spider-Man because he's like, because obviously nothing, but like legally nothing would happen to Peter because it's a he said she said situation. Like I don't even know why the movie took that seriously at the beginning of it because it literally doesn't mean like anything. And like in the aspect legality wise, because they spend like 25 minutes on that instead of it just being like a court of public opinion thing. And I know that they wanted to have damage control in there so they could have that Daredevil scene specifically so that he could say that Spider-Man's fine and that the movie's about public opinion. And I liked how he switched it to happy and was like, you have to figure out stuff. Fun fact, because we don't say someone else will, that wasn't a brick in the original version. It was a snow globe and they had to change it. End of sentence on that.
Why did they change it?
Because they were like, it doesn't make sense that a snow globe would break through a window.
You're like, why would they do that initially?
That's why their hands are like circular whenever they grab it, because he's supposed to be grabbing a snow globe instead of the brick. Fun fact.
Is this a Christmas movie?
I don't know.
Because of the end? It's Christmas?
And also, there were like Christmas trees inside of the department store whenever they went into the mirror dimension, and he like split the department store in half. So yeah, could be a Christmas movie. Though, I feel like it would be snowing a lot because it's New York, and New York's a very snowy place. If it was closer to Christmas. Well, I know it snowed a lot at the end, but that's different. You know? Not that it matters. That's like a neutral to me, not a positive nor a negative.
I am positives to talk about. Or Sky, go ahead, please. I'm like all mine are the last third of the movie.
Yeah, I'm concerned up there. I love William Dafoe in this movie. He's so good. I saw that mask on the dumpster and I was yelling coward at my TV.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Dude, like that opening scene, not opening scene, because it's like 45 minutes into the movie. No, it's like 30 minutes into the movie with Doc Ock on the bridge is actually amazing. Like I think it's really, really well done. I'm not a big fan of the Iron Spider suit, especially like I don't know how the arms work on the Iron Spider thing. Like, is it connected to his brain? Like, how does he control what those arms do? But that fight in general is genuinely like peak in the way that it ends with you hear like goblin, you know, like it's just good shit. I like that.
I love the Iron Spider suit. I don't know how it works, but oh, I love it. It looks so cool.
I wish they changed it to like the OG colors. Like that would be so cool. I just don't like the colors they have.
Like
is Austin frozen for anyone else?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
William frozen. What the hell? I don't even look scared. Like, why did
you look very upset, man? You do not look like you're talking about Spider-Man, your favorite thing ever.
Should I disconnect and come back in, or is that going to fuck things up?
It probably won't fuck things up, but I mean, you can if you wanted to. Or you could, I was just saying, or you could commit, because that would be really funny.
Like that for the whole movie.
Yeah.
You'll know.
Exactly. Depending on how fast he joins back, I'm like debating on whether or not I even want to put the effort in editing like a shorter version of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Hi, Austin. Yeah, you're back. Spider-Man. Speaking of suits, I know that people really hate the suits that Tom Holland's in this movie, the black and gold one, and then also the hybrid at the end of the movie. I feel neutral about the hybrid one. Like, I don't understand why everyone thinks it's like the worst thing to ever exist in terms of Spider-Man suits. Like, I don't really care that much. However, I do actually really like the inverted black and gold suit. Like,
what? I'm the opposite.
Really?
I really like the one at the end, but the black and gold one was really ugly.
Well, I mean, it was ugly because it was inverted. If they actually made like a real black and gold version of it, I think it could look really cool.
But they didn't. It was a toy selling.
Yeah, that's literally. Oh, well, yeah. Everything about this movie is toy selling, Austin. That's the entire point of it. Oh my God, we could get our 3 Spider-Man together in one set, one Lego set. That $4,000, dude. That's what that is.
That's fine, but they legit did not, like, they threw in him getting green slime on the suit and not being able to wash it out. Like,
yeah,
one of the smartest people in the freaking world can't figure out how to get slime out of it.
And you could tell they wanted to cut it out of the movie so bad. Swords. Yeah, the scene, like the scene at the beginning of the movie where they had like the montage and he got like hit with the green or whatever was supposed to be a lot longer. And you can tell that like someone in editing was like, dude, this is so stupid. Like, we need to cut this out of the movie. And then John Watts was like, no, but his suit's green. We have to keep it a little bit. Or something like that. And I thought that was quite funny. Like, this is interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Why? So why is nope? Never mind. We're in positives. Oh crap! I've said this is the most notes I've ever taken on a movie. I think I also took them on my phone instead of on my iPad because I was watching it at work, and I don't usually do like that much. So yeah, that's fun. What do I want to talk about next? Not Flash.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Yeah. What did you guys think about like all the fan service that was in the movie? Like, did it work?
I barely saw it.
Yes and no.
I barely saw Andrew's ass. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's fair. Actually, yeah.
Tobey Maguire was almost never naked in this movie, and that's a problem.
What the hell, man? Not what I meant by fan service.
Yes. I'd say it works and it doesn't work. Like, I think that the 3 men works like perfectly because they're just picked up from their current timeline and dropped like right here. It's like a time has actually passed since we saw them in their movies, but I don't think it works as well for the villains because there's like time shenanigans going on. And I'm just like, I don't think any of this makes sense at all because Doctor Strange explicitly says that he can't control time anymore. But then whenever he does the spell, he immediately travels back in time to pull these characters from when their movies happened, and I don't think that works. But the 3 men works for me.
What do you mean he traveled back in time?
Well, so he takes them from the moment that they died, which if they took Andrew Garfield after he became old and jaded, that's like years after he killed Electro. So there's like a time difference in that bit there. There has to be.
There is. I agree with that, but I wouldn't go as far to say as like he went back in time to do that.
No, I'm not saying he himself went back in time, but his spell reached out through time. I don't think that makes sense, and it makes it worse because he says that he can't control time anymore.
He can't. When did he control that?
Well, I guess you're right. He didn't control it, but like, I don't know. The spell to me never was explained in a way that made sense that it could grab things through.
I was being nitpicky. I don't think it makes any sense, and I feel like it's more of a continuity issue for me in how they handled it because the villains just don't make sense with how they're portrayed.
It's just very clearly not their first draft of the script because I'm sure all of you guys know this, but like Doctor Strange, he was like in it tangentially. He wasn't in it as much as he was initially. It was supposed to be America Chavez, who is a girl that like, I don't know if you guys have seen Doctor Strange 2, but she can like punch holes in dimensions and realities and stuff like that. And she was supposed to not be at Peter Parker's school, but end up at Peter Parker's school somehow. She's going to enter the gang in this movie. And then something would happen and she actually punches a hole and it lets in all the villains, which I still wouldn't make sense, but it makes more sense than Doctor Strange doing it because I don't. We're talking about positive, Zach. What the fuck? Okay, come on. What's something good to say in this movie? I thought that the use of spider sense in this movie was the best use of spider sense in any of the live action Spider-Man movies because they go with a dolly zoom on it. It's really, really well done. Good?
Do you mean the tingle?
Yeah, the Peter Tingle. So they activate the Peter Tingle 3 or 4 times throughout this movie, and every single time it's on a dolly zoom into Peter, and I think it's just like really, really well done. And it's mind-blowing to me that no one has thought about doing that until right now.
The specific thing I like is whenever Doctor Strange knocks him out, you see the little tinkles on his head, like kind of clear on Tom.
Like in the comics, yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
Comics are in the game, yeah. It's good shit.
Oh, can we talk about that a little bit?
Yes.
The Spider-Man versus Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah.
All right, no, all right. This is
30 to 6 and multiply by 7. All right, that's it.
I don't think that's crazy.
I think it's stupid.
Like okay, well, you just don't get the math behind it then.
No, but like he just shot webs randomly, and then you see the rocks start spinning around Doctor Strange, and it tangled him up. Peter didn't.
Okay, I don't think that's that crazy because like all that he's doing is seeing like the angle at which everything's refracting, and it's kind of like going and repeating. And I feel like in the context of needing Spider-Man to beat Doctor Strange, at least for this specific purpose, I feel like they couldn't have done it any better. Like, yes, he was kind of corny. He used math to beat the wizard guy.
No, I don't mind him using math.
Spider-Man.
I like him using math, but it is done in like the most like cliche dumb way that someone uses math to beat. So like we didn't actually see him do anything. We just saw him like say carry the 6, and then he shot a web, and then the rocks themselves magically moved around Doctor Strange and wrapped him up.
I don't. What did you want to see? Like him writing the math on paper?
No, like literally anything. Like him like jumping around Doctor Strange and putting it like no, like from our point of view, he shoots several rocks and then the rocks themselves wrap him up. I would have liked him seeing like jumping around, like connecting webs in specific ways while Doctor Strange is following him, and then eventually Doctor Strange doesn't see his plan and gets wrapped up. But it literally, like if you rewatch the scene, Peter shoots all the webs and then stands still. Doctor Strange is floating, and then all the rocks like start spinning around him and it wraps him up. It doesn't look like Peter did anything.
Okay.
I mean, the only thing that's like they're moving and things in it are also moving, so it's like obviously like a tunnel of sort.
But Doctor Strange controls literally everything in that world. Yeah. He can stop the rocks from moving.
It's gonna be your problem, not like the tangle part. I thought it was gonna be Doctor Strange. Obviously saw him do this. Why did he let it happen?
And that's one of many things. I like the rocks didn't move without Doctor Strange's movement or whatever. But like it's like if someone placed a trap right here in Austin, you're right there, and I just like push it towards you, and then the trap itself, like you dodge it, and then the trap itself moves and wraps you in it. And that's at that point, that's not me.
I mean, I think it is if you're predicting how the trap is.
But the trap, like I push the trap this way, you're right there. It moves forward. You move to the side, and the trap, without my intervention, like turns and hits you. Like that's what it looks like.
I feel like he's predicting how it is going to turn, and like it doesn't become a trap until it's like at the point of like the objects are refracting and changing, and it's at Doctor Strange. Like I thought he was accounting for that movement. I don't have an issue with it.
That's fair. I have an issue with it. I agree that it's probably the best way they could have had Spider-Man beat Doctor Strange, because at the end of the day, whoever wins in a fight is up to the writer. But like, I don't like it. I don't like Doctor Strange in this movie. I think he's really, really bad.
He's just dumb. He's a little...
Yeah, but like he's supposed to be one of the smartest people ever.
I know. I'll agree with you there, man. I mean, he shouldn't have been like, okay, here's this completely life-altering spell where no one in your life is going to know this important thing about you, and I'm going to tell you after I start doing the spell.
Yeah. Let's not sit down and think about how we want to do this. And then I'm going to blame you. And then I'll say it's your fault like 6 times throughout this movie, even though it's definitely Doctor Strange's.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
That
makes me so sad because I love Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Like some of the stuff he did was so stupid.
Yeah, it's very stupid.
He just needed to for the plot.
I like no. I'm not going to think that because they could have just done something else. Why pick my boy? Pick somebody else. Yeah, let's make something.
Don't worry. You're gonna have like it's just brand new day.
Yeah, Doctor Strange is like the cameo guy. He's in Thor Ragnarok too, as a little cameo.
It's cool in that. Though.
I liked him in that. Yeah. He also had a comic accurate suit with the yellow gloves. I like that. It made me happy. All right, guys. I like the lizard. I like the lizard. I know his lines were terrible and everything about him was bad because it didn't make sense. Like the lizard was horrible, but I liked him. Because I like that bit where sorry, Skylar, I'm just gonna ramble for like a slight second. But the bit where Max was like, "You want to turn everyone into lizards," and he goes, "Yeah, and it would have worked." And then Max says some other stupid shit, and then the lizard's like, "I can make you evolved if you want to," and he goes, "By making me into a lizard," he goes, "Exactly." Like it's so stupid. It just I don't like it because it's good. I liked it because it reminded me of Daredevil.
I also like the lizard, but it's because he has the funniest stray on Tom Holland whenever he just crawls and he goes, "I told you there'd be consequences." Sure. Walks away.
For no fucking reason, bro.
In the building when that happened, you're just waiting for shit to hit the fan, and you're just like, "Oh my time, I've been practicing this line to use." Yeah,
random stray after, and it's hilarious. I like that, and I also like the part where Zach was like that Zach talked about where he's like talking about like the lizard, and then but I will say I absolutely hated whenever Ned kept calling him a dinosaur. That kind of was annoying.
I agree. I did think it was funny whenever Peter was like, "I didn't know you could talk." Like I thought that was a funny line. Yeah.
He heard him speak in the scene prior.
You're right. Oh my lord. Oh god. God, this movie fucking sucks. This movie sucks.
He was talking like a significant amount, genuinely in the scene that Tom was in, like with prior. And I made a note of it. I'm just like, the editing in this movie, like so bad. I just did not have anything like together, like script wise, and it just.
I think it's because they wanted to make everyone funny or have some sort of reference. Because like. In that exact same scene, completely not connected to anything any of the characters were talking about, we randomly cut to the lizard and he looks at MJ and he goes, "No way, that's his girlfriend. No way." And I'm like, how does that have anything to do with what's going on here? It's so ridiculous. It was funny, but it was funny because it was a lizard saying it, you know? Not because it was like,
that's the point.
That man is a lizard.
Not laughing and going, "I told you that would be consequences."
It's just so bad.
I'll never not be told.
Speaking about that scene though, like in that exact moment that lizard does that, Doc Ock just like walks away for like no reason at all. Like why did he do that? He's good now. Like wouldn't it make more sense for him to stay in hell?
Just straight from the lizard.
Yeah, he didn't want to fight the lizard.
Rampage, dude.
Yeah. Dude, cannot stop people like that. Did you guys know his tail grows back? That you can't stop that. It's not possible.
Yeah, it is arms.
He's all powerful, man.
Dude,
You're right.
I don't know. Like that entire bit, like it lives in my head rent free. Every time I watch this movie the next 2 days, I'll always just think about the lizard randomly just being Peter Parker.
Like he just grabs him and throws him.
Not knowing what happened to that building, not knowing he cured like some people and was actively helping everybody. He didn't want to be cured because he thought he was already perfect.
Because he is. He's perfect.
Sorry, you're a building.
The lizard is clearly the superior species. What are you talking about?
It's
funny.
It's like you guys have not watched TASM 1. Come on.
I did. That's why.
If you were a lizard, you'd never have to work. You wouldn't have any loans, you know?
You can live in the sewer. We all like water here, Ari.
Your tail would grow back. You know, you lose it all the time.
Everyone loses their tail.
You can steal your pants from
Something.
I've had my tail and eat
Same.
Beat the shit out of Peter Parker and tell us that'll be consequences.
Dude, he laid
Number one benefit.
He gave that 1-2 combo to Goblin too, because right after Lizard threw him in there, Goblin like grabbed him and then suplexed him. It was good shit.
I mean, it's crazy. Like, I do not know how. Like they've been in the practice range or something. Like,
dude,
damn.
They add Lizard and Goblin into Rivals, and that's their team up. This is the throw to Goblin, and he suplexes the character. That'd be good.
I have a huge positive that comes with the Goblin, but I think it's gonna be somebody's favorite. But I will say the fighting was fantastic.
Yeah, it was so
Goblin
good.
there.
Like, I don't know if this might be a good transition bit, but Austin, our Uncle Brian, he might have said this to you. I don't think he said it anytime when we've been around together, but he always makes a joke about giving an award for the best half of a movie, you know, and yeah, and I think that very definitively at like the 25-minute mark, the movie stops being bad and becomes really good for like the rest of the movie, I think. And there's like,
I said it's at the 25-minute mark.
no, hour 25-minute mark.
Oh, that I also heard 25.
Oh,
I did say,
yeah, that probably was a misspeak. Yeah, no, I meant hour 20. So like after the part when like the second Peter's spider sense happens in the middle of the movie at Happy's apartment, I think the movie like immediately does a 180 because the plot drops and everything's like in place and it just becomes way more like it focuses entirely on fun instead of anything else, and it makes the movie great. The chemistry between the characters is so fantastic. There's like 2 bits I don't like about the end. There's 4 bits I don't like about the end, like the last half of the movie, but they're kind of small that I'm gonna ignore them for the most part, and I'm okay with it. Does anyone else have like okay, yeah,
I've posited.
yeah,
Unless I lost.
no,
I feel like Tom Holland like killed it in this movie with his acting.
way better than the other 2.
Yeah, like fantastic. I mean, he had a lot more moments where I think he could shine in that way, but especially in the second half, like with May dying, and then him fighting Goblin, like, oh my god, dude. And even just him interacting with other Spider-Man, like whenever he was like all down and depressed, like I don't know, I really felt for him there, and I'm glad that he got to use his acting chops for Spider-Man.
Even the small bits too, like I thought like just in the background, or there's that scene at the beginning of the movie where they have that long take of they're in MJ's apartment, not MJ, sorry, they're in Aunt May's apartment, and they run around and he's like closing all the windows and stuff like that. But he does a really good job of making that feel real, and how he's like a kid that wants to hide from what's going on because he's like, can we stop? I just want to talk to you guys about your relationship. And like, if that was acted poorly, I think that would have been very cringe, but he did such like a good job of being a 17-year-old who wants to try and distract himself from something shitty that's going on in his life. And I thought that was really impressive. Yes, sir?
I also, if I take out the fact that in real life it would be extraordinarily awkward, I like the acting bit with Tom, specifically Tom, at the end whenever he's like going up to Zendaya, because like he himself I think does well, but I cannot ignore the fact that his like long pauses through it would be extraordinarily awkward in real life. Like you're talking to this person, he's pausing for like a minute between each sentence he has, and you're just trying to check him out to leave. But I think Tom himself does good, and I can kind of like see it on his. I think he does well with like his facial expressions in that.
I agree. Sorry, I was looking at my other notes. I didn't know which one I wanted to say first for negatives. I wrote, I don't like Ned maybe 15 times. It's just crazy. It like ramped up at the end.
Zach, he's not going to kill. He's not going to kill Peter Parker. He won't kill.
He might, though. In a version of the comics, he turns into Hobgoblin, and he does.
I know. I exclusively call him Hobgoblin to Kate. But
Ned is not going to be the Hobgoblin. There's no universe where he becomes the Hobgoblin.
He's going to be the Hobgoblin.
Good villain in Brand New Day. I mean,
dude, Tom has said we have not seen the main villain yet. It could be Ned.
It could be.
I will be pissed off if the main villain of the next movie is Ned. I'm going to be honest. I'm already pissed off that he's in the movie.
Yeah. I need him to be a villain, low-key. I mean, I think that's what makes all of this worth it, is if he's bad.
I agree. Because then that makes him lie in the movie prior. And he wears the Hobgoblin's colors. It's destiny, Zach.
Happy Hogan is kind of an idiot. Did you guys see his doorbell camera placement? Like, who does that? Stupid. Why put the doorbell camera on the inside of your house? Put it on the outside, like everyone else. And even if it is on the inside of your house, he had it facing a wall, so it's not going to like show you anything.
It did in this movie.
I was going to say, except for the one situation that is this movie, and they wanted to get that angle.
He has more than one camera.
That's a good piece. You know what? Yeah, I'll give him that. Maybe he has two cameras, one outside, one inside.
Happy also is probably not in a great place mentally because he did just lose May. He is struggling beyond relief. May is
the doorbell camera was in before that, brother.
You don't know that.
I do know that, actually.
Because
the apartment was already... in this movie is whenever him and May broke up. And in the same day in which they broke up, they went to his apartment and they had the camera there.
He might have installed it that day.
You're right. Never mind. Nailed it. And that's why it's such a bad placement, because he had to do it so fast. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
This is a perfect movie.
And other people do it.
This is a perfect movie with no problems at all.
Aside from the massacring my boy.
What'd you guys think of Sandman?
Oof.
I have mixed opinions on Sandman, because at the beginning when we first saw him, I liked that he was on Peter's side initially because he wasn't outwardly a bad guy in his movie. And I was watching this on my iPad at work because it was the third time I've watched it, and also I had literally nothing going on at work, so I promise I actually watched the movie. And one of my friends came over and started watching it with me, and it was at the scene with Electro and Sandman, and he said that he hated how Sandman looked like sand in this movie because in the other movies he just was a guy. And I somewhat justified it because I'm like, we're taking these characters throughout different times. He doesn't have to be taken right from Spider-Man 3. He could be taken from the same time that Toby Peter at the end of this movie was taken out, like 20 years after Spider-Man 3. And in that world, Sandman has been Sandman for so long, he doesn't care to make himself look human anymore. I would have been okay with that. But then he just like switches up at the end of the movie, and I'm just like, I don't think that makes much sense a little bit, especially the way that like everything started going down and he just like started attacking the building again. Like, why? You were the only one that was chill. At least I thought so. I have mixed opinions, and I'm sorry for that ramble. So anyone can take off there.
I don't know. I feel like every character's taken from a different timeline. I think he was my least favorite by like a decent chunk.
Mine was Electro easily. I hated what they did with Electro in this movie. He's a completely different person from... I know they needed to, but it doesn't make sense.
I think it kind of... I think it... Like, I put the Sandman stuff to the side the same way I put the Electro stuff, because, like, being in a different universe, I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe the powers act a little bit weird and different, and that was fine, but I didn't like Sandman, or, I'm sorry, Sky, and Zach, I guess, the Lizard, too, because it was
so bad, bro.
He just phoned them in, yeah, and, like, they obviously were not there for filming the movie.
Dude, the reused footage at the end. Oh, it's so bad, bro. It's so bad.
Especially.
Yeah.
Like, I remember seeing that in theaters. I'm like, I know that. Like,
yeah.
It's just the same thing as the Amazing Spider-Man. And they used it twice.
Yeah, twice. It's so ass, bro.
And he says, but specifically, like, with the Sandman, like, he didn't have any reason. Like, it was completely against all of his motivation to be fighting them at the end of the movie. Like, he wanted to go home. Like, why are we throwing hands with the people who are going to help you? Like, I just, it's whatever.
No, I agree with that fully. It's very annoying, at least in my opinion. All right, any other positive before we fully move over into the negative category?
That was a positive.
Oh, I thought we were there.
That was a positive. Where's the positive?
It was a transition, I'd say, because I said I liked and disliked Sandman. You know,
Yeah.
Electro is stupid because he has a completely different personality. The explanation that I know he says that the energy here is weird, but that's not the explanation for why his body changes. What he says is, I got my body back. And that's it. That's all they say about it. And I'm like, that's stupid. I don't like that. And then I don't know. Everything about him is so weird. I like it's yellow. The yellow looks really cool compared to the blue.
Looks like normal Electro.
Yeah.
I'm like, good at that.
I liked how they made his electric mask at the end of the movie.
I was going to say they made a little ashes.
Yeah, that was cool. That was a way to do his like comic booky costume without it looking stupid. But I don't know. He was too cool. He wasn't Max anymore.
I also with that, the lizard would not know who Max was.
Yeah.
Like, why? That made no sense. He was like,
Max?
that's another thing with continuity. He's like, Max, you look a lot like cooler than you did. I'm like, Kirk Connors did not know who Max was. Max didn't have anyone in his life who could say his name. Like, what are we talking about?
Dude, and then Andrew goes, guys, Max was like the sweetest guy. You saw him for like 30 seconds on the side of a street. How would you know he's the sweetest guy ever?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like he's ever going to say, I don't think Spider-Man would say, yeah, that guy's horrible.
Yeah, but like he didn't like have to say anything related to that. You didn't know.
Yeah,
I'll be right back. You guys can keep going though.
You're going to be kicked off the podcast for leaving. How dare you? That's ridiculous.
Oh, man. I'm going back to the back rooms for like 5 minutes.
I don't know. This is like crazy. Negative or not, but I really did not like Aunt May in this movie. I thought she was kind of frustrating.
I'm indifferent towards her, I think.
Okay.
I get the idea. I'm with you, but I understand where she's coming from. I just don't think her moral lessons make sense with this specific text.
That's kind of where I'm at. Like, she kind of like forcing Peter's hand to follow her thing was not my favorite. Like, there's a very clear answer in which she lives and they're all just back and fine. And she kind of like forced Tom to go out of his way and against Doctor Strange, who clearly knows more in the situation, to do that. And then I think like her final stand at like the end, like right before she gets hit.
So dumb.
Yeah, it was kind of like
what is she gonna do?
This guy he just beat the shit out of Spider-Man. What is she going to do? Like, I understand like that's nephew, like you're gonna try and help in any way you can, but he said run like multiple times. Yes.
Also, her entire moral thing just doesn't work. Like, I understand like wanting to save them and all, but like we plucked them seconds before they were killed. Not having powers is gonna make that situation worse. Whatever it is. So like there's no way that her go at this is going to be good at all. The only one that'll be fine is probably Sandman, because like we don't know where he was taken from.
Doc Ock, like technically he goes from being I guess,
but if you're drowning, it doesn't matter if you can control the arms or not.
Yeah, but I meant like he kind of got his brain fixed, so he's not like.
I know that, but I'm saying like he was taken before he started drowning, and at the end of Spider-Man 2. Whether or not you can control your arms is going to not change that situation.
Yeah, you're right.
I am with you, and I had the exact same thought while watching it the first time. But I think the details of the returning spell is what really matters, because I thought about it like how we understand time travel to work in the MCU right now. In my mind, they've been taken from that moment and more than likely aren't going to get put back exactly into this specific situation that they were left in. And if they continue in what would be like a branch timeline because of like the TVA and all that stuff, they would just be going back to their worlds. And if they don't immediately die, then not having their powers would probably enable them to be better and live better lives in that world. But I agree that if they do get thrown back exactly where they were, like Doc Ock's getting skewered.
You mean Goblin's getting skewered?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Goblin's getting skewered, Doc Ock's drowning, and Electro's just getting exploded much sooner.
Yeah. I like that interpretation. The only reason I don't believe it is because there is a moment where Doctor Strange says, we're going to send these people back to the exact moment they were taken. And that's what makes Peter be like, no, I don't want to do that.
I thought he was talking about like the fate, like these people, it's like their fate, like they're going to die. Like it just happens.
Well, not all of them were gonna die. Sandman and Kurt were fine.
I know, but like in that like thing, like if they die, their lives like mean significantly more in the grand scheme of anything than just like their like them dying.
Yeah, I mean, he does say that they're gonna die and it doesn't matter. But he also, in that moment, he says that he's going to send them back to the exact point where they came from.
If he said that, that's tough. That's tough to defend. I'm not gonna lie. Whatever. It's I don't know. I think that's another negative that we probably need to talk about is just like how obvious it was that they filmed this during COVID.
Dude, this movie looks like shit. It's so bad. There's like 2 good-looking parts in this movie, and that's it.
You can tell that they were just indoors for all of this, and they just used like a green screen. I mean, I think the flash scene is...
I know, dude. I was just gonna say that. It's so bad, dude. Like, there's 2 of Flash that are like...
You're talking about.
So the bit where he's standing in front of the grate and the grate lifts up, he's very clearly in a green room. Like, he's not in New York. That looks horrible. And then, dude, the shot of him at the MIT school or whatever is genuinely one of the worst green screens I've ever seen ever. Because he is like 4K and his background's like 480p. It's so bad, dude. It's like, I don't understand how they messed up that badly with that moment there. But that's also not like the only time it happens. I feel like it happens like a lot throughout this movie, and it's very, very... Oh, dude, I was super excited. Go ahead, yeah.
I think it also happened in the mirror dimension with Strange.
The mirror dimension, a lot of shit. Yeah,
like you could very clearly see like 2 different.
Yeah, I agree. It looked really bad. That bit where he was like floating out of his body didn't look bad, but that was like 4 seconds of the movie. So
yeah.
The bridge scene looked great. Like at the beginning of the movie, I thought that fight was like really, really well done for the most part. There, like a handful of bits where it was like super jumpy, but other than that, I thought it was like perfectly fine. There was the one scene I was like super excited for in this movie because I was like, it's really well made cinematography. You get what I mean? Like cinematically, it looks amazing. Right after May dies and he's standing in front of the billboard. But this time around, I noticed that it's 100% CG, and I was like, this does not look as good as it did in the theaters. No, what the fuck? But that shot, the close-up shot of his face is still amazing.
I think those are the only scenes that really look good that are more, I don't know if wide angle is the best way to say it, but the farther out of the camera is because like they're just all CG, so you can't notice a green screen because it's just CG.
Yeah, literally.
And that's where it kind of, like the bridge scene, like when the Doc Ock and Spider-Man are fighting, it's like, yeah, that looks cool because no one's actually there.
Yeah.
Like that's...
And it's probably like the one scene that, like this scene and the end scene were probably like the one scene that all the CG artists were 100% sure was going to be in the movie, so they could put all their effort into working on it. Also, like, sorry, just because we're mentioning the bridge scene and that's like the trailer shot, I like wasn't shocked whenever Andrew and Toby were in the movie because we watched like for 7 months a trailer about all of their villains being in the movie, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty obvious then, you know. I would. Do you guys have like similar opinions on that or no?
I don't really watch trailers before.
Yeah, but you knew.
I did not know. Lily did not know.
Well, I know Lily did. No, but like I know for a fact you knew that the villains were in this movie. So like you knew that they were.
And I kind of like was like, you know, like the MJ thing. Expect disappointment, and you'll never be disappointed. Yeah. So I was like, they're probably not. It's probably hyping me up for nothing. And then I saw Andrew go, and I was like, nice. But like Lily freaked out, which was awesome. So I can't like forget about that happening.
Spider-Man.
It was so fun. This was like
what?
It might have. I remember leaving the movie, and Zach, I know we talked about this, like the post-movie discussion bit. That was like me, Marshall, and John had with you, and you were trashing on it. And me.
No. I was silent because you guys were like ranking your favorite Spider-Man movies, and all of you guys. It was more than just those two. I'm pretty sure you had like a couple other people there. Every single one of you guys had this movie as your like favorite Spider-Man movie, and I was sitting there like, but the plot does not make sense.
I just enjoy, like, I think there's so much you can take away and love about this movie.
Yeah, the second half is amazing.
I honestly enjoyed the whole idea that Spider-Man, like the whole plot, hinged on the idea that Spider-Man. That he could have just pressed a button and resolved the plot, but it was like a moral decision on him / Aunt May. I'm like, I thought that was very Spider-Man-y.
Yeah.
Obviously, them all coming together, like seeing that in theater was just so amazing. It's just the rest of the movie. I realized that if they didn't have like Toby and Andrew in this might have been one of the worst like performing Spider-Man movies of all time. Like,
I feel like it's not possible to have a bad performing Spider-Man movie. I think if they weren't in the movie, it would be one of my least favorite Spider-Man movies.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that. But I'm just like, I don't know what this would be without them. And I feel like they needed to pull the strings because otherwise this would just be like, once again, a green screen fest.
Yeah.
And it would have been awful. But I think they did the best with what they could, kind of.
I'm happy that Cassie's back because I've decided that I'm going to talk about what I think is my least favorite scene just because it's a decent discussion point for all of us. I don't believe the beginning of this movie basically at all because Mysterio was not like that big of a character. And like he was a big character in the last movie, but compared to the rest of the world, he was a nothing. So I don't believe that everyone would be like that and hate Spider-Man immediately just because some bozo who most likely, like from every account was a villain, said that Spider-Man's bad. Like I understand that there would be problems with his identity getting revealed, but I refuse to believe that. Not refuse. It's a fucking kids movie. I'm it's not that serious, but like I just don't like how everyone switched on him except for like only specifically the people that know him personally.
Like they did.
I agree.
New York freaked out. Like the second he jumped down on the MJ, like the entire crowd surrounded him. Like especially New Yorkers, I feel like they would like Spider-Man.
Well, I don't think that they were. I thought that was mainly as a result of his identity getting.
Bro, someone jumped off of a taxi cab to try and grab his legs whenever he was swinging away.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's necessarily them hating him. I think that's them acting a weird way to a celebrity that they now know something about. And I think they did a decent job of saying that not everyone, like there were mixed public perception. But like when he walked into the school,
it was 50-50 was the crowds outside of the school. They said half of the crowd hated Spider-Man, half of the crowd liked Spider-Man. I think that number is skewed.
I think people can have very different opinions on the same exact thing.
No, but
it's kind of a realistic.
I agree with that, but I'm saying like there's no reason for the other side to feel that way other than just Mysterio saying it.
I think people believed dumber things for less. So I'm like, I have very low expectations for public opinion. So I don't know. I get where you're coming from, though.
I know where you're coming from, but in that aspect, it's years and years and years and years of people saying to not believe the other side, which then led for them to be like brainwashed to be on that opinion. While in this one, he literally just said like a line at the beginning of the movie, and then everyone immediately switched up. And I know J. Jonah Jameson like kept keeping it going, but like it's only been a week.
Like talking about James Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, we did.
I like how he's Alex Jones. That's funny.
Spider-Man. But like, what if Spider-Man caused 9/11? Like,
that is a big jump. That is a big jump. That is a really, really large leap in logic. Holy shit. What the? Where did? Do we want to talk about our top three now?
I'm gonna need to.
in fact, you went quiet.
I think maybe we should go into our top three.
You don't want me to explain that at all?
No,
That would be the Spider-Man was an Avenger.
Holy fucking hell! Like, you're talking about in London, right? That's a 9/11 level event.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a 9/11 level event, and I'm saying if that seemed to be caused by someone, like he had technically video proof of him saying it and like orchestrating the attack. And I think that is enough that I can't remember if they said people actually died, but I'd assume people died. And
not hopefully, but it makes sense if people died.
It would. And that was like a huge event. Like they tried to make it like an Avengers level thing. And if that was orchestrated by Spider-Man, I could very much see people, like I'm saying, if a 9/11 level event happened, even if it was your favorite person of all time and you had reason to believe that they caused it, then I think 50% of people would switch up on it. So Spider-Man could have done 9/11.
My
The clip right there.
argument is going to be there was one hero saying that, and then there were the entire Avengers who have teamed up and worked with Spider-Man for years.
That, and also Iron Man has definitely caused way more death than anything in that London event.
Okay. I mean, but they didn't necessarily, like, it wasn't, oh, he said, she said. It was just a he said. Like, they didn't get Spider-Man.
I have an evidence within the actual universe then. Okay. What about the Sokovia Accords whenever they said that Captain America was a vigilante and he's against the law? They didn't have that kind of reaction in that movie. Like, the people weren't hounding him and attacking him and 50-50 on it. It literally is just because it serviced the plot in this movie.
Well, they didn't have a scene where he was out in public where everyone...
That's not true, because whenever he's going after Bucky, he's walking around the streets of Belgium. Him and Bucky, who Bucky is actually wanted, and he goes up to a newsstand and picks up a newspaper to read that he's wanted.
That's pre the explosion.
No, that's after the explosion. Because how would he be wanted if the explosion didn't happen?
He was wanted before the explosion?
I know that, but he picks up the newspaper of the explosion.
Maybe I'm just mixing. Regardless, I'm like, I don't think the people of Belgium are as harassy as the people of New York.
Hey, I don't know that.
And also, Captain America's not wearing his suit and he looks like every other jacked white guy out there. So I don't know. I think if he were wearing his cap suit, they'd be like, hey, aren't you like that terrorist guy? And it might get a little bit more. I don't know. I'm in a corner and I'm defending myself.
Because Spider-Man. I forgot to talk about a positive. I like the music in this movie. I like both the music and the lack of music in certain scenes. I think they did a really good job holding back on the score, specifically in like the sad moments. But also, I think the score is like really well done because they changed Doctor Strange's theme a little bit, and it was so. Like it was so whimsical. Like that first time we saw him, like I know it's a little silly. He looks at Dracula and he thinks, oh, Doctor Strange. But like the score chime that plays during that moment as he's walking up to the Sanctum Sanctorum just like made me smile. I was like, oh my God, I like that. That's it. That's my last positive I have for this movie. Do we want to hop into top ones? Or Cassie, you weren't here during basically like any of the negatives. Do you have anything to say about this?
My negatives were very shallow. I'm not gonna lie. 2 things written down. And the first one is, where did Green Goblin get his new fit from?
Guy had to be fitted up for the fight.
Where did it come from?
And just go into a fight looking like a Power Ranger.
I guess not. Like, where did that come from? He didn't have that before. This was just under his glove.
So Cassie, you actually would have hated that scene more in the original draft of it because he was supposed to show up in like an Iron Man suit.
Really?
Yeah, dead ass. There's concept art of it. Look it up. It's really crazy. It's like a hybrid Iron Man Green Goblin suit where it's like the green arms, but it's like Iron Man's chest piece and then like the legs. Go ahead, yeah.
That would have looked really cool. Where did he get it?
Yeah, it's just like what is this, dude? It's so crazy.
The only other thing I had was just on the pausing for like an audience reaction. That really bothered me.
Yeah.
Like in a theater, like obviously, yeah, that makes sense. But oh my God, just watching it at home, I was like, oh,
bad. Yeah.
Someone do something, please. Dear God. Why am I just staring at that? Like, yeah. But yeah, that was literally.
That's it. That's all I meant.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I mean, I could throw in the I hate Ned.
Oh, you hate Ned too?
He really irks me, and I wasn't thinking about it.
It makes me so happy that you said that because the very next thing I was going to say is like, nothing grinds my gears more about this kids movie than when Ned is a wizard, dude. Like, I hate that so much. It's so dumb to me because Doctor Strange had to go onto the top of a mountain to learn how to sling ring, and then it does it. Like, no,
He has magic running in his.
he literally accidentally initially starts doing it because he does one of those. He's just like, what's going on? And it starts up. Bro, I just don't like that. And then that stupid... God, yeah.
I don't know. This might even be my least favorite. I can talk about it more when we get there. But he was like, I won't kill you, Peter. Like, not everything has to be about you, Ned.
Yeah. I liked Andrew Garfield in that moment, though, because he, like, slapped his shoulder and went... I thought that was funny. Yeah. He was like, smooth move, man. Like, I like that. To me, that made me feel like that was an ad-libbed moment that wasn't in the script that Andrew Garfield thought was, like, would be funny if he did that, which I enjoyed. The bit at the end of the movie where Ned opens the portal to the Statue of Liberty to take the box and then can't close it, I also don't like that because, like, why is the portal staying open? Because we've seen it only stay open for like 30 seconds after he stops doing the sling thing. It's whatever. But dude, oh my God, not even to mention the fact that Doctor Strange couldn't get out of Spider-Man's trap for 12 hours. And once he was out, he just walked out. He wasn't out of the webs or anything. And he said he was hanging for 12 hours. So when Ned opened up the portal, did it like also cut off all the strings?
Clearly.
Or did Doctor Strange, like a guy who thinks he should be the Sorcerer Supreme, can't beat a couple webs? He just stopped.
I said they massacred my boy.
Yeah.
I don't know why they did.
They actually massacred your boy, bro. It's crazy.
You know.
All right. And
Again, for the audience.
Oh, right. There he did.
Massacred my boy. It's criminal behavior.
This is
Up
sad.
there pre or post rivals.
Slightly post.
Yeah, because he moved into the house post rivals.
Yeah.
All right. Top three?
Yeah. You want to kick it off?
No.
Okay.
Austin, go.
I figured that was going to happen. I'm good at that because I feel like my favorite's going to be many people's favorite. But I still don't. Honestly, my least favorite, I think, has to be what we've talked about previously with how Doctor Strange and Peter caused the plot of this movie. And it just sucks because that's genuinely the only thing that pushed the plot forward. But him not explaining the spell or starting to explain the spell as it's working, as it's like this spell that uses the dark energy of the multiverse to alter everyone's minds and to fix this just for like a kid who's like going through a tough time and not explaining how it works. Like, it's bad on Doctor Strange's part. It's bad on Peter's part. It just, I hate it. I hate it. And I will never stop hating it because it's one of the biggest reasons for me that this movie falls the way it does. But we're talking about that. Funniest, I loved Andrew's interaction with Electro at the end of the movie where he's just like apologizing.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's so genuine.
Austin, you stopped watching the movie at that point. Whenever you watched it for the first time. And I know that because whenever I went to go watch Disney Plus and I started it, it was right at the moment where Electro said, I thought you were going to be black. And he goes, I'm sorry. And I was like, Austin must have either really loved this scene to like rewind it, or he was like, I need to see this again next time I start this movie.
It was just getting late. I was watching it Wednesday night and it was getting late. And I was just like, I know everything that happens from this point. I'm going to still rewatch it. But I'm like, up to that point was where I felt like I needed a rewatch. And I was like, it's like 11:30. I should probably go to bed or start getting ready for bed. I wasn't being motivated. But that was a good point to end up on. It's just like I didn't mind the change up in Electro's character. I thought Jamie Foxx had a fun time with it. And I just loved Andrew's reaction. He's just like, man, I'm sorry, Max. They're like, I'm sorry, man. And it's just so funny. And then favorite, it's got to be when like Tom's facing off against Green Goblin. Like the look he has in his eyes, like in the Spider-Man pose, that fight is just like the one time where he like punches down, he's like actually trying to like kill Green Goblin and he dents the shield beneath him. Or when he says he's like, I just wanted to kill you myself. Like I genuinely believe he was like trying to do.
Dude, I love Willem, bro. He's so good.
It like, and it wasn't even an even fight, which is why I loved it so much, because this is the first time we've seen Tom Spider-Man genuinely not hold back. Like he wanted to murder him, like genuinely wanted to murder him. And I'm like, go ahead and do it, man. I'm totally on board with that. But I love that. And I loved seeing that. And I thought Tom had a really good arc in this movie, if no other good things come from this movie. So I felt like an origin story, but I'll talk about that more in the summary. But yeah, that's about it.
Just do the summary.
Cool. Oh, going summary?
Yeah. Okay.
The thing about this movie,
The Thing? It's clobbering time? Sorry.
The Thing? Yeah.
It's clobbering time.
This movie is so interesting to me because I think it does something that no other movie has done for Spider-Man and almost saves Tom Holland's trilogy in a way that I was not expecting. Because leaving this movie, my favorite thing about it was that it basically put Tom Holland's trilogy as his origin story. And I thought that was really, really cool. Like if you see in, I don't know, 10 years when probably his second trilogy is going to be done and we've gotten like adult Spider-Man, I think people are going to look back on the original OG, like the home trilogy, a lot more favorably because we actually got to see his Spider-Man grow up. I know people have said, and you guys have talked about it in the first two podcasts that I were on, like Iron Boy Jr. and
we actually defended that part.
Yeah, no, but I think that's a valid criticism is like, we did not get to see Spider-Man on his own. He was like kind of happy and had friends and things like that. But the way that they end this movie with him being completely alone, like honestly more alone than any Spider-Man has ever been, I think that sets up what could be a really, really great adult version of Spider-Man. And we still have that history of him being with his friends and having that sad origin with May dying and being the person that he is today and knowing that he has to carry on May's moral structure or philosophy. I really like that. But besides that and what it sets up and the cool, like, oh my God, like audience bait fan servicey moments, it just does not stand alone as a movie as much as I wish that it did. So I did not have as great of a time rewatching this. That being said, I love Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man's so cool. I love him. I've always loved him. And I will never not have fun watching a Spider-Man movie, even if not a single line of dialogue sounds real, even if this looks like it was filmed in a trailer during COVID and not a single person was in the same scene with each other. Even with Ned gaining magical powers out of nowhere, I still had fun because I like Spider-Man. And I get to do the cop-out thing of my score is based on enjoyment, so I don't need to rate this from a critical perspective. So I am going to give this movie an 8.
Austin,
I know.
So me and Skylar implemented a rule a little bit ago, and we were going to wait to tell you guys about it until something came up. But I didn't want to do it, and I'm going to give you the option to do it now, where you can veto all of our opinions and pick whatever score you want for this movie. So if you wanted, you could be like, Spider-Man 3-2 is a 10 for the Mediak review.
Oh no, I'm saving that because I'm going to do that for Brand New Day. It's like, congrats to Media because that's going to be a 10. I'm already committed. I'm like 99% sure I'm getting a tattoo of that Spider-Man symbol, so I need the movie to be good. So it is going to be.
I just hope Jean Grey's
something only Austin can do, or do we all get one of them?
No, we all get one of them. Yeah.
My power.
Yes, just him. Cassie, no, it's just Austin and Chandler. Only those two.
Okay.
But technically, couldn't Chandler veto your and make it a 1? If
Yeah.
1 did.
I mean, you guys would have to rock, paper, scissors, whoever wins.
No, that's a fight to the death. I'm booking a flight home, and we're bringing out lances and horses, and we're someone's not leaving alive.
Recreate episode 5
Yes.
of Kings, the 96
It's like
Kingdoms.
5 feet between like me and the actual act of killing Chan for me to be able to do it.
What the fuck?
That's fair. That's fair.
That was insane.
I need 5 feet. You're at 4 feet. You're like, I'm talking a little bit more like,
That's it's too much moral weight.
Austin, we missed you on the podcast. We missed your chaotic energy.
Yeah, my clip farm.
Yeah. Dude, Spider-Man did 9/11. I would like to kill Chandler, but only 5 feet away.
I could keep really bad. So I guess
You know what? I also have to pee, and I was waiting for the optimal time. So we're gonna go ahead and pause real quick.
scared to laugh harder because I would have pissed myself. I was actually back. That's why after the joke, I was like, oh, I need to go now.
With that, Skylar, take it away.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay. So my funniest, obviously, it's the one that is targeted toward me. Please, Scooby-Doo this shit. That was awesome. I like whenever Scooby-Doo is brought up in that context every single time, and it will always be marked as my favorite if that happens. My least favorite, I think it's Aunt May convincing Peter to not listen to Doctor Strange. I feel like she knows way too little, and that to like for Peter to like yes to go with like you're right like immediately. I feel like there should have been a little more pushback, and like he very clearly knows that Green Goblin is the one on the plane because he says the name Norman Osborn. The guy says Osborn. Like it's multiple times that he recognizes that he's like actually a villain and a dangerous threat. And like I understand he's like picking up the moral code and whatever, but it was like maybe the only person who I think you shouldn't have had that with. But I don't know. That seems doesn't sit right with me. But my favorite, Austin, I thought you were stealing this one. Whenever I actually had 2, so I was gonna pick whatever one wasn't taken. At the time it got to me, but I'm gonna pick whenever Peter's like punching Green Goblin in the building and William Dafoe is laughing, staring back at him. Oh my goodness, that is so insane to me. It is fantastic. He is such a good actor. Every time I watch this, I like exclusively want to watch Green Goblin, and that is it. It is fantastic. So yeah, we're doing summary. This movie is definitely the best out of Tom's trilogy in my mind. I do like it more than Homecoming. Definitely more than Far From Home. No. Yes.
Yeah, Far From Home.
Far From Home. This is No Way Home. Yes. Yeah, I like kind of like what you were saying earlier, Zach. The second half of this movie is genuinely fantastic. I loved it. And entertainment wise, you're completely right. You could not have a bad time in the last half of this movie. It's so good. Yeah, there are some problems in the beginning. They massacre my boy, which is actually aggravating because like they didn't have to do that. They just didn't have to, and they did. It wasn't his movie. They threw him in just to kill him. You know, like it's this. Oh my god, the lizard is hilarious. I'm putting that in there. If they didn't say, please, Scooby, do this shit, my funniest is the lizard stray on Tom Holland.
The jump from, they killed my boy, too.
I love the lizard as I have to. Oh my goodness. It's so good.
That was funny.
Yeah. And then,
That was funny until you said something, Zach.
I thought it was funny.
And
I love the lizard.
And then, I still remember, like, seeing Andrew and Toby come out of like their portal for the first time, and it was like, oh, like that's awesome. You know, the audience reactions like in the theater were awesome. And and it's hard to forget how good of a time you had while watching this in the theater for the first time. So I'm going to account that in my score because like I feel like I didn't have that for Far From Home or Homecoming. I did not have it in those other movies, but I really had one in this one. Yeah, there are problems, but I think there's a lot more really good than super bad. So I'm gonna be kind of close to Austin here, and I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I still think it's like a top for live action Spider-Man movie pretty easily.
Well, that would make. There's only 8 of them, so
I'll pass it, Cassie.
Yeah.
All right.
we're just going in a circle now. That's nice.
My funniest, this was like actually made me laugh out loud. It was, I don't even remember who was talking, but the villains were talking. They were like, Max was the sweetest guy until he fell into a vat of eels. And then someone else was like, that'll do it.
Go down there.
Or no, okay, who was talking? I don't even remember.
Andrew said the thing about Max. Toby said that'll do it.
Okay, so I was wrong, but still. Me laughed really hard when it did. My least favorite, I didn't really have anything written down. I mean, you guys saw my negatives. I had 2 things on the list and they did not matter. I don't know. Ned, I said that my least favorite. He's so annoying. He's so annoying and I don't like him. He added nothing to the movie and he didn't need to be there. I don't like Ned. Like anyone else could have picked up that ring and did the What?
The guy in the chair. If he didn't start talking about being Spider-Man's main accomplice, they never would have figured it out.
I hate him. I hate Ned.
I forgot he did that. That's the first time I wrote down I hate Ned. I just remembered that. It's just so stupid, bro.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm happy that you guys don't like him because people commented and said that was a bad opinion of mine. I'm happy that you guys agree.
No, he's stupid. Favorite. I don't know. There's a lot of good moments in the movie, but I feel like I have to. Well, actually, this goes against everything I was saying because I was complaining about the audience reaction time. When Andrew comes out of the portal and then Toby shows up. And the reason it's my favorite isn't even because of how I felt about it on this rewatch. It was how I felt about it in the theater. It just being in that environment. It made me nostalgic watching it again. So I just remembered how good of a time I had in that theater. And everyone was losing their minds. It was it was just fun. It was awesome. Because I don't remember. Did you guys get spoiled?
I just knew that they were going to be in the movie because I felt like it was kind of relatively obvious.
No, yeah.
Punch from the trailer saying that.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Blizzard and that, I think cemented it for me. I remember.
Because I remember hearing about it and I was like, oh, maybe, maybe not. And then he shut up. I was like, oh my God, the guy, it's Andrew Garfield, my goat.
Also, G literally that day spoiled that Andrew Garfield was going to be in the movie about 3 hours before we saw it.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know. As far as the review goes, I feel like I don't have a whole lot to say about this movie. It was a really, really fun watch. Like you guys were saying, you're never going to have a bad time watching this movie. I feel like the beginning sucked really bad and it was kind of dragging. I'm not going to lie. I was watching it on mute at the kitchen table for the first half hour. Me and the subtitles. Maybe that had something to do with it.
No, dude, it was boring. It was just a boring first half.
But it helped.
Yeah, it definitely helped. I was snoozing.
But I feel like I got the same experience out of it as I would have if I had volume. That's how boring and slow the beginning half of this movie was. But whatever. But I think with this whole movie, the good really outweighs the bad, and the second half of the movie being way better totally makes up for it. I think Willem Dafoe is amazing in this movie. I saw someone on Letterboxd say I'd believe it if Willem Dafoe was just flying around New York terrorizing everyone. He's amazing. Him and Andrew Garfield, they're so good. It was just such a fun watch. I can't complain. I had fun, and that's what I care about. I don't care if the movie's good. I care about how I feel. I gave it, I think, a 7.5. So pretty similar to you guys.
think. Oh shit, I don't remember what my least favorite was. I literally talked about it. Oh, the fact that everyone hates Peter Parker throughout the beginning of this movie. I think it's really stupid, especially in the MCU, to go down this path because like there's 100 bajillion million other vigilantes that have caused havoc throughout specifically New York City because like most of the MCU movies take place there. So like I don't know why the anger is placed on Peter that heavily compared to all the other ones. Like I guess like in its standalone thing, it's not that big of a deal. But if you think about it in its greater universe, which I feel like all of these movies you're supposed to for a little bit, it doesn't hold up. That's my least favorite bit. But you could also tag Ned in there too, because I just really hate that character. It's just so stupid. But favorite scene is like just the Peter Tingle scene at the middle of the movie where it like zooms in on his face and he's like, something's wrong. I don't know what it is. And I like that because it triggers something in him and it like kind of veers off as he walks away from Green Goblin because it triggered because the Goblin switched over in that moment there. And I thought that was so good. And then he like closes his eyes, shoots him. And then the entire movie just becomes 10 times better from that moment onwards. So that's why it's my favorite scene is because it's really well done. And also it completely changes the quality of the movie somehow. Cause suplex through the building. Like that was I was freaking out whenever that happened in the theater for the first time because I was like, oh my God, actual choreography in my superhero movie? I never in my life, I didn't think. But my funniest scene is whenever Andrew Garfield appears, and it's not because like of the emotions I had in that scene, but I just think his acting whenever they're like, prove it, and he goes, and then just sticks to the roof is like the funniest thing on the planet. And then MJ is like, crawl around, and he's like, no. And she goes, crawl around. He goes, this is more than enough. And she goes, no, it's not. And he goes, what are you talking about? And then I back and forth on him actually like the joke of him getting the web down. But Andrew's reaction to that, hilarious. Cause he goes, fine, sure. And then puts the mask in his mouth. And it's just a really great acting moment. It made me giggle. Okay. So like I said, G spoiled Andrew Garfield being in the movie to me before I saw this movie. So I didn't have the initial reaction that everyone like else in this did. I wouldn't have regardless, even if she didn't, because like I was very confident they were going to be in the movie because we saw Alfred Molina, Doc Ock, we saw Green Goblin, we saw Lizard, all in the trailer. I didn't watch the trailer, but like if you're on the internet at the time, it's impossible not to see a screenshot of like just Doc Ock because he was just full on in the trailer, or like the Goblin pumpkin. I was almost going to say egg, but it definitely is not an egg. So like in my head, I was like, they're not going to bring the villains back and not bring back our boys because that movie would suck if that happened. Like it would be a very, very bad movie if they did that. And in the movie, Skylar, I've never told anyone what I'm about to say here. And Skylar was sitting directly to my left during the entire film and G was sitting to my right. At one point, I almost cried because of how much I did not like the movie in the theater of it. I was like sitting there and I was actually like, it actually can't be this bad. Like this is one of the worst movies I've watched in theaters recently. And then from that, like the half a point on, I was like, okay, this is not the worst thing ever. And then when we left the movie, everyone was so excited. I didn't want to say shit. And I decided to like test the waters a little bit whenever I was with Austin's friend group and they were all saying it's the best Spider-Man movie ever. And I was like, I don't know. Like a lot of it didn't make any sense. And all 6 of them were like, what are you talking about? This is the greatest movie that has ever existed. There's nothing wrong with it. Did you not see Andrew Garfield in the movie? He was there. And I was like, hey, all right, you're right. It's a great movie. My bad. And then over time, people were
test the waters.
What was it? Yeah, I know it was a really bad place to test the water. I don't know why I did that, but yeah, yeah. I've always been like kind of medium on this movie, and the beginning half of this movie is really, really bad in my opinion. And there's like only that one scene on the bridge that is just like incredible, but it's incredible because it's action, you know. And there still is like cringe moments too. Like I really hated whenever Doc Ock was like, Peter, and he goes, who are you? And he goes, you took me out of my lab where I was building the power of the sun in the palm of my hand at the beginning of the movie. And I was like, that the way you worded that was really cringe. You could have just saved it for the end of the movie because I thought that was a really tasteful bit at the end of the movie. I liked the bit at the end of the movie, but the way you said at the beginning was bad. I don't know why I thought that was necessary to put in my summary, but this time around, I was full on ready to give this movie like a 3 or a 4 out of 10 halfway through it because I was like, this is way worse than what I remembered in the theaters. And then it started to become insanely fun. And I was like, I really like the second half of this movie because the action's really good. And I like the chemistry between the 3 boys, my 3 men. I love seeing 3 men together. It just made me really happy. So yeah, specifically, they don't have to be in tights. I just need to see 3 men together. I just like, that's all I need.
I prefer them in tights.
I prefer them in tights. I think they looked so good in their tights, man. But whenever they weren't in tights, I was still fine with it because I thought they were chilling. You know. Speaking of the tights, oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Whenever Andrew Garfield cracked Toby's back.
Oh yeah. Whenever they were holding each other, dude. Whenever they were like lovingly holding, the 2 men were holding each other. I really liked that. That was like one of my favorite parts of the movie. Deadass. I was really jealous of Toby in that moment, being dead serious.
Wish I was there.
Yeah, I really did. If I was there, dude, there's no filming that would happen, dude. It'd just be me violently kissing Andrew Garfield. So with that being said, I will give this movie a 6.5 out of 10 because as much as I don't want to like this movie, the second half of this movie is so much fun that it like the funness in the second half of this movie makes me forget about all the shit that happens in the first half and within the movie itself. I still think it's worth your time. So it's not the worst thing ever. It's not Far From Home. That movie sucks and there's almost no redeemable parts about it, in my opinion.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah, because you haven't watched it recently.
Yeah.
The Mediak average is the 7.375, so 7.5.
Michael Morbius. I forgot to talk about him. I just opened my notes and I saw Michael Morbius. I'm sorry.
There's one thing I forgot to talk about too. I liked it in the movie. Andrew's like, "I love you guys," and they both just looked at him and said,
"Thank you." Yeah,
and then just ran.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Wait, 2 things: Michael Morbius and Tom Hardy, because Tom Hardy's in the movie technically, and the plot of Morbius happens because of not the plot, but aspects of Morbius happens because of this movie. Yeah.
Why?
Because Michael Keaton gets sent into the Morbius universe because of the spell at the end of this movie. I'm not even joking about that. That's actually what happens in Morbius.
No, wait, but how does that move the plot along in Morbius?
It doesn't. It's just a part of it. I said it's the plot, and then I was like, it's not really.
Not bad.
Just
not a bad team.
No, you're good. Because he comes in there and he has a different vulture suit. It's not the same vulture suit, but it's basically the same vulture suit. And he goes, I think, I don't know what happened. I don't know why I'm here, but it has something to do with Spider-Man. And I think we need to make a team of our own. And then Morbius goes, and then that's how the movie ends. Oh, also we saw Kraven. Kraven was in this movie, kind of. And the Rhino. And Black Cat.
Yeah.
In the sky.
Yeah.
In the sky, the people in the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, news time. Austin, today's a really good episode for you.
Like for news-wise, or just that performed well comedically?
You did do well comedically. Hold on. Yeah, you did do well.
I just sprang after we all rated it just to give me like higher than them.
Well, I was just thinking because like we're talking about Spider-Man all episode. It's his favorite thing ever, and big part of the news is that we got confirmation that Blue Beetle is going to be in Man of Tomorrow. Like this is the best day ever for Austin. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, it's good Austin Day.
Yeah, this is a great Austin Day. I'm really happy you didn't know that.
I saw something about that. It's just all 5 Blue Beetle fans are losing their mind. I'm like, what's up?
I've been on that train. Zach knows I've been on this train since I was like 8. But I fucking love Blue Beetle. Oh, man. Still one of the coolest superpowers.
Which Blue Beetle? Do you like Ted Cord or do you like Raimi?
Shut up. So, yeah, I like the 1960s scientist man who just wears blue.
I think
it's a gun.
I think his is interesting because he's too scared to put the scarab on, and he has that relationship with the time traveler guy. I'm not saying Jaime is way better, but I'm saying that Ted Kord is interesting.
I'm fine. Yeah, no, I'm fine with Ted Kord. I'm not actually have beef with him. It's just like Jaime's suit, like the scarab, is just I don't know.
That's the coolest thing ever, bro.
Fantasy as a kid, like it was up there with like the Omnitrix, with things that I would like sacrifice the people I love in my life to have. Like
I get it.
Because you can just like create anything, and that's just so cool.
In the Black Beetle from season 2 of Young Justice, like he was so cool
and jacked.
Yeah. He like made like all crazy stuff. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So I don't know how to pronounce her name, but Nikki from Obsession, she talked with Jake Schreier, who is directing the new X-Men movie, about playing a character in that movie. So she's probably going to be one of the X-Men or a villain to some degree. I guess we'll see. That's all the information I have related to that piece of information. I just found out about this series. I don't know if you guys know it, called VHS, which is like a series of movies that the movies themselves are like a series of found footage bits. Like they're all, it's like in one VHS movie, it's like 3 different mini movies that are kind of similar. And they're making a new one. And this one is going to be related to SCPs. If you guys know what that is, like those little, like scary, basically like creepypastas essentially. And I think that's going to be interesting because we haven't really ever like seen a movie, or like we saw Slenderman or whatever, but that doesn't really count. But the idea of taking it's okay. How do I word this? If you're going to make an SCP movie, I feel like doing it in 3 different mini movies is going to be a way better way of doing it, because I don't think a single SCP has the ability to make an entire movie on its own. That's the best way I can word that. I think. I don't know. I like the one that yells loud. All right, so end of statement. Not going to exaggerate. I'm not going to explain that in the slightest.
IKEA one is cool.
Oh, the IKEA one is cool. Well, what if they make the movie off of that? That'd be crazy. Endless IKEA.
Cool.
So the team that is making Absolute Batman, the animated TV show, is going to be animated by the team who made What If. And it's understandable if you don't like 3D animation. I wasn't the biggest fan of it either, but I think What If looks pretty good. And I think they can probably do a decent job of making Absolute Batman. I don't know. I just hope they make it gory, because I'm a little worried they're not. And the comic is very, very gory. Like the first action bit we see of Batman, he like cuts off a guy's arm and then says, "There's a hospital down the road." It's really good. I like it. I heavily recommend reading the comic if you guys haven't. I sent a trailer to some of you guys for a movie called Buddy, which I thought looked interesting, about like essentially Barney, but he kills kids. It's like FNAF, but doing a fusion with Barney. I'm interested in seeing how that works. Solid chance it's going to be really bad, but you never know. All right, next news. Batman got delayed again. Delayed till February of 2028. People are freaking out about this, but it's only 2 months. 3 months. I don't think this is the biggest deal. The last one was way worse because it was an entire year. So it's whatever. Make it good. That's all that matters, in my opinion. We got a cast of Gorilla Grodd in the DCU at Jeremy Tatro. Jeremy Tatro, I think. Jimmy Tatro. I don't know who this guy is, but he looks interesting. But it doesn't matter how he looks because he's playing a gorilla. And I don't know. This is such a nothing burger of a cast because we just got to hope that his voice sounds good, I guess. Interesting. That's going to be in the Jimmy Olsen and Gorilla Grodd TV show. So be excited for that. Was anyone excited for the God of War TV show coming out?
Yeah.
Not after the stills got released. I mean, I know we talked about that on the podcast whenever that came out, but I heard what you're going to say.
You heard? They're recasting it because the main guy who plays Kratos tore his bicep on the set. So the 3 episodes that they shot of the 10 episode show, they have to now reshoot with a new guy. This show is gonna suck. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm like gonna suck already, but like maybe this is kind of like hopped up to say, but like maybe it's good because now they can just start from scratch now that they saw the reactions from the stills that were released. So maybe this is the Sonic trailer release audience fix it type of moment. So Hopefully,
I think that
this was worth it. I don't think so.
Cassie, I think Kratos looked fine. I think Atreus looked really bad, personally.
I'll send a picture.
Yeah, that works.
yeah, please do.
So, okay, well, I'll go into the next one. So, based on pre-sold tickets and also the first 2 days, I know it's been many more than 2 days, but whenever I screenshotted this information, it was only after 2 days of the Odyssey's release, but it's on track to already destroy $1 billion, which is, raise your hand if you're shocked by this information. Hey,
I kind of am. Why, actually? Because I've been propagandized by the Instagram comment section of everything that's ever been posted about the Odyssey. And I thought genuinely the world was going to be a worse place where people didn't see the movie because they didn't like the race of the people that they casted it. And because that was the top comment in every single post that I saw. So I'm glad.
I did see a shit ton of those, bro. And
yeah,
I don't know. It's just a lot of people spreading misinformation too. It's really annoying.
Awesome. I think I know the comments you're talking about. I think somebody was hating on Zendaya just being in the movie.
Yeah.
Everyone was hating about every aspect of it. They were just like, oh my God, Tom Holland says dad instead of father. This movie's going to be garbage. And I'm not going to propagate all the bullshit that I heard, but I genuinely thought people were going to let it affect them seeing the movie and it was going to get review bombed and people aren't going to watch it. But I'm glad that's not the case.
Who has this one for our thing?
Me?
Yeah.
I think me.
You have that and Project Hail Mary?
Yeah, but Project Hail Mary, it made a lot of money, but it didn't make a lot of money comparatively to the other movies that have made a lot of money. It only made $500 million. Wow. I think Austin...
$500 million.
Austin has 2 movies that are cracking $1 billion right now, which is fucking crazy. And he's gonna have 3 with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all cooked. Austin blew us out of the water. But it's funny that I said that because it's relevant, because the next bit of news is that domestically, this year is the first time since 2019 that films have surpassed $10 billion at the box office, which is insane. And the year's not even over yet. I love that. Movies.
It's because of me picking the movies too.
It is, yeah. It's literally because of that. What the heck, Austin? Oh, I should have saved this. This is the worst information to save for last because it's so anticlimactic. Call of Duty announced that the Call of Duty movie is going to be taking place within the Modern Warfare universe, which doesn't mean anything because in current day Call of Duty, all the universes are the same. So the Modern Warfare universe is the same thing as the Black Ops universe. So this was the most nothing burger of any news that has ever been newsed, but I wanted to talk about it because I want to complain about it. All right, that's the end of news.
Zach, didn't you have to talk about a game studio?
Oh, fuck! Skylar! I that's why I sent it to you guys, because I knew I was going to forget. Thank you for saying something. Yes, so Bethesda announced a shit ton of stuff with a gun pointed to their head. I'm only saying that because Bethesda absolutely hates announcing games or talking about games or even working on their games, but Xbox is in a really, really, really bad place. So I'm sure that Asha Sharma walked down to the Bethesda studio, was like, Todd, are you going to tell anyone that you're making a new Fallout game? And he said no. And she pulled out a gun and said, Todd, are you going to tell anyone you're making a new Fallout game?
Yes.
So Bethesda released a really long message about everything that they're working on in the near future. They're expanding Starfield, no one cares. They're expanding Elder Scrolls Online, which is cool. They're working on Elder Scrolls 6, which we've known about for the last 10 years. And that's releasing in about 2 years, which is crazy that game take that long to make, and it's probably going to be mid. We're getting official remakes of Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, which is awesome. Very excited for those. Probably just the Fallout 3 one because I have New Vegas already. Obsidian Entertainment, for those who care, is making a new Fallout game officially. This was leaked for a little bit. They're the people who made New Vegas, which is objectively the best Fallout game. Not my favorite Fallout game, but it is the best one writing-wise. So hopefully they can do it again and make a good one. But from what I've heard, they had a game that just was a similar vibe to Fallout, and Asha walked in and was like, make this Fallout now because we need it to be popular, which is fine as long as it's good and connects it to the world and stuff like that. Fallout 76 is getting an update. Who cares? The Fallout TV show is working on its 3rd season. We're getting another Fallout show, a different type of Fallout show that's interesting. I don't care. What else is there? Okay, that's it. They just showed it. The exact same picture from from Elder Scrolls 6 that they released 8 years ago. Okay, cool. That's all the information. I take everything Bethesda does with a grain of salt because there's like a 75% chance it's going to be really bad. But they still have a massive fan base for some reason. I don't know. It's whatever. Because Skyrim is so good, and they just like held them up until now. That's all my news, by the way, unless I forgot something else.
No, I don't think you want to talk about SpongeBob, the movie being...
No, that's next week. That's next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cassie, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
You're muted. But what have you been watching?
She's muted.
Okay.
The
I did
pause.
answer you when you said my name.
I saw that.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I saw you talk.
Yeah.
It's basically talking.
I was going to say a lot, but I'll limit it to the 5 things because it's been like a month and a half.
I forgot we had that rule. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I will be an asshole. I started watching Love on the Spectrum. It's really good. It's really, 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 really good.
I love that show so much.
Because like I had no desire to watch it.
I'm just confused. I didn't know this existed.
It's so good.
It is the only like love TV show that you need to watch in your entire life.
Explain it and explain why it's good, please.
Austin probably explained it better.
The Love Island, but
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh,
That would be like Trolling Unusual if they did that. That's terrible.
Sweet. No, it's not. It's genuinely like helping people who are on the spectrum. Like they reach out and they want to find love and they start pairing them with other people who also reach out.
Oh.
And like everyone's like the sweetest and most genuine people that you've ever met in your entire life. And there's all these little like kind of silly, funny interactions, but like it's like awkward, but also it's not because they're both like awkward, so it cancels out.
It's so heartwarming,
Okay.
and like they make you
It is.
them. It's
This is-
just like
I was
it's such
worried for a
sweet
second.
show.
Because like all I know about love shows is that they're like cringe, staged, and mean, and that's like that seems like the worst thing ever.
like
Okay, thank God.
Real as shit.
That's good. That's really, really good. That makes me happy. I was getting really like,
no, I
I'm
have.
really invested.
You corrected me on the Love Island thing. It just had the same name, so I assumed it goes down the same path, and it was just like a.
That would have been tough.
yeah, that's what I thought whenever you guys said it.
But like they genuinely did, I think, made it with good intentions. Or at least the guy who's doing it is just so sweet, and he like does these interviews with them, and he's always like so nice about it. But I didn't watch the most recent season because my favorite couple broke up, and I saw that was spoiled, and I'm really sad about it.
Who?
Do you want to know? I'm like, hold on, you're still on season 1?
No, I'm caught up.
Oh, you're caught up. I'm blanking on their name. They were together the whole time. Where she was like, she sung them.
Connor?
No.
Oh,
no,
wait.
actually, the one like you know what I'm talking about, right? Like where they like had the animals that they loved together, and
They went to Africa and she's saying like,
yeah,
yeah.
it was so sweet. And it's like they broke up, and I was just like, oh, what the hell? What's the point?
I know.
Connor and his girlfriend breaking up was really sad, though. I'm like, they're like, Connor's amazing. I love him. He's so funny.
He's awesome. Their whole family. Oh my! He said something really funny this season. I don't remember. Oh my! It's so awesome. It's such a good show. You guys should watch it.
You actually should. I like genuinely would
It
recommend.
doesn't feel like a dating show. Like I get not liking dating shows. I don't really like them either. But like this one, it's so good, and it's just so good. What else? I watched Obsession. Finally, that happened in the month and a half I've been gone. I really liked the movie. I thought it was really good, but all the discourse around it pisses me off.
Well, that's crazy.
Yeah, he's gross.
Yeah, because after I watched it, I went back and I read all those comments that we were getting, and it was like, you gotta be kidding me. There's no way that people actually think that.
They're still coming in, by the way. Like,
Are they really?
Get a new one. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. But definitely one of the better horror movies that's come out recently. I really, really liked it. I also watched The Backrooms. That one was not as good.
I disagree. I think it's much better.
Yeah, I wish you were there. They were fighting me on that.
Obsession is so stereotypical sometimes, and I think it's like really poorly made in certain aspects. But I think the writing overall of like how Nikki was portrayed was for the most part decent. Just The Backrooms is like it tries more stuff, and I think they both have problems, but I respect The Backrooms more.
See, like I went into The Backrooms like with no expectations of like what they would show and blah blah blah. But I just like I don't know. I was kind of hang on.
Okay.
I was trying to pull up the most recent one we got.
I was trying to do the same. Like I haven't checked in. Like,
I don't want to check in, dude. It's just sad.
I just can't believe that people think like that. It's insane to me. Like that's rape, but
Somebody said abusing her victim, and I was like,
her victim.
yeah, I read that. Yeah, it was nuts.
Half of those have to be bait. Like I don't believe that.
Yeah, I think so too. I stopped, like, again, after we talked, I was completely just,
Obsession has turned into a really good litmus test.
Yeah.
no, I have such a beef with it. I don't get into it again, but nobody used the words media, like, literacy until somebody said it about this movie. And then everybody used it as their defense for it. And it pissed me off. It's so stupid. Yeah.
Also, people just use it wrong. Like, if someone disagrees with your opinion, they're like, "Oh, you don't have any media literacy." Well, I understood the movie. I just didn't like certain aspects of it.
Yeah.
bro, 111 likes on this one comment. Like, bro, you clearly missed almost everything. Like, first of all, that's not even a real comment. But 111 likes on a comment on one of our videos. Like, what?
Yeah, people don't like that I didn't like the movie. Well, I like the movie. I just love the movie.
How? Oh my god!
Yeah, it was
Like, people are thinking that you were baiting with like.
No, I know.
Oh my god!
Well, because like I'm saying something negative about the movie, and people can't like see that if even I could still like something and also not like aspects of it. You know, it's either you love it or you hate it nowadays on the internet.
Yeah. People think in extremes.
Yeah.
Anyways, been reading East of Eden. That book is really good. It's really long though, but it's very good. And then been playing Outlast, and not as much Rivals as usual, but still a little bit here and there. I don't know. I think I'm just kind of burnt out on Rivals a little bit.
Understandable.
Not gonna lie, but I'll play every once in a while. I just don't have any like desire to play comp or anything like that. What else? Oh, I got Donkey Kong Country Returns on my Switch. I forked over the $70 because I really wanted to play it again. It's like, oh, fine, whatever. So I've been playing that. I love that game. Yeah, I think I don't know. That's all the important stuff, anyways. Oh wait, no, I finally watched Under the Red Hood.
Oh, nice. That's a great one.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. I have the comic that I've been meaning to read, so I'll probably read Death in the Family before next week. I'll talk about that. I am very excited. I love Jason Todd. He's awesome. Okay, now that's actually it for real.
Jensen Ackles voices Batman in that movie, by the way.
You mean Jason Todd? Yes, he does.
Oh, Jason Todd. Okay. I knew he was in the movie.
And Neil Patrick Harris voices Nightwing, and I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. Damn.
Why? Yeah.
So silly.
They gave him a terrible haircut in that movie, and it really bugged me. It's like, why did you do that to him? He's like supposed to be hot, and you gave him a really bad haircut. Anyways,
To choose that. No, I'm just hot, beautiful home.
Genuinely, like I have fan art of him that I'm staring at right now. Like someone made me for my birthday. They massacred my boy. I mean, I could probably pick up my laptop and just show you.
See,
Right there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Zach.
Yes.
What have you been watching?
I play 1 or 2 games of Rivals whenever I come home from work. And I've been playing a lot of Cyberpunk. I've done almost every side quest instead of the main story. That's it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, end of statement. Yeah. I didn't really do much this week. I just played Cyberpunk and watched Spider-Man and Played a little bit of Rivals. That's it. Well, me and Skylar, we went camping, so we played like board games. Yeah. End of statement.
Yes, guy. What have you been watching?
I've got a couple things. Nothing too crazy. I've still been watching like in an episode or two of Pursuit of Jade. I'm like officially halfway through that one. It's still going to be a while, but it is very good. It's just long, and I need to lock in because it's only in subtitles, and I don't like to read whenever it's been a long day at work. I like to be brain dead, so it's hard to get in the mood. Yeah. I was really hoping Chan would be here for this, but I finished the Amazing Digital Circus.
You were watching that?
I was. I've like been on that for like a good bit now. Once again, giving credit to Zach, he initially recommended it to me, but like I just like had put off watching the last episode because I just have a demand avoidant part of my brain that doesn't like to watch finales or anything about a show when it gets important, because then I have to like pay attention. And I liked it, and then I watched a bunch of TikToks and responses about it that were trashing it, and now I like it a little bit less, but I still think I liked it. Have you watched it all, Cassie?
Uh-huh.
Were you generally positive or negative about the finale?
I was honestly, I had seen all of the discourse about it before I watched it, so I went into it kind of being like, okay, whatever. This is just something that I have to watch so I can finish the show. Like I got like the main thing spoiled for me, and it was like, oh,
Like
okay, that's
Jax?
yeah, that and Kane, and I was like, oh, okay,
yeah.
but I don't know, like,
how they handled it.
no, I don't. I think everyone was being dramatic because people on the internet really, really like Jax, and they were not happy about it. That's my 2 cents on why people thought that. I don't know. Like it was fine. I didn't feel one way or another about it. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of how I feel about the whole show. Like it was a fun watch, but it's not one of my favorite things ever. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like-
I think that I'd say the same. Like,
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be more philosophical with the reason that they were in there, how they were getting all that stuff, and they kind of just ended it very quickly in like the first 5 minutes of that episode.
I feel like
But I like the Jax stuff.
did, and
They did. They really did.
I hate it when media does that. I really hate it.
Everyone was complaining about how it was so Jax focused and how he was like awful, but like I thought that was really cool. Like I thought that was like,
Well,
like
all the scenes that you get from like his POV, like I thought that was really cool. Because like I don't know, the first person that was really different, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I like that, and like actually getting his backstory, you know.
Yeah. I got a chance started watching it, and I think he had like an episode or 2 left, so we're gonna have to get his opinions.
I'd be curious to see what Chan thinks.
Yeah, me too.
He loves it.
What would you rate it?
Like the whole series as a whole,
Yeah.
like a 7.5, I think. Like I enjoyed it overall. Like I thought it was a cool concept. I thought it was funny. Yeah, I don't know. The last one, I still feel like it made me feel uncomfortable in Jack's perspective in like a good way. I think to where it got across the point it was trying to make, and I enjoyed it. Like I think it could have done a little bit better, but I don't think it was. I thought it was good. Worth my time. Yeah, there's that.
Fun watch too.
It is. It's a cool concept and silly, and
yeah, the animation's funky. I like it.
And I like Kane. He's wacky until he was, full blown psychopath. But like,
Yeah.
I enjoyed him in Fortnite.
Right?
They are in Fortnite. Yeah, there's a little trailer. The trailer was funny where that one person
How did
was
they
like,
do that? How did they like?
they stretched Pomni.
that part was so funny. Aren't they too short to be in Fortnite?
And then just
Oh my god,
It's so funny, actually.
And then Zubul is just like, that's all right. I'm going to be here. Like, it's not a worry.
Oh, she says, "Is the shock hammer coming back?"
I need a pickaxe, and then just turn Zubul into a pickaxe, and then fix.
There's like I don't remember the name of it, but like the sad one was like, "Are they bringing the shock hammer back into Fortnite?" And Kane goes, "Why do you care? You're not going," and then leaves. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's so good. See,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it's silly. Aren't there like pretty raunchy like summer skins out in Fortnite? Like
Yeah.
for Fortnite,
Yeah, Poison Ivy is naked. What's up with that?
the Marvel
Better goes out.
and that's crazy.
I did not notice that part of it. What?
Not gonna lie.
I noticed that people were complaining about the Lego skin being censored. Like the Lego version of Poison Ivy has clothes instead of like a basically.
Lego.
I know. And I was like, I know.
Is that what does it for you?
Apparently,
Forgot about that?
yeah,
Roll 34, man, and does it for something.
yeah, it is literally. Yeah.
Yeah. Then
Sharp edges really get me going.
Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga with the Princess Leia in the bikini really changed someone's life.
Yeah.
Skylar.
Oh,
odd.
okay. Yeah, I watched other things. I'll get through it. Sorry, it's been a long one on that.
I get it.
I finished the second book in the Red Rising series, and I started the third, and it's just getting progressively better. Like, genuinely, it's so good. Would recommend to everyone here. It's fantastic. It's sad. Definitely coming from Dungeon Crawler Carl, but like, it's very good if you enjoy, characters sticking it to the man, rebellion type things.
But Austin,
It's one of the best.
you're the
Yeah.
man.
I'm the man.
You're the man.
Oh.
That was a dumb joke. Don't laugh at that.
Yeah. Anyway, Red Rising's good. And like, and I'm like, what else have I watched? Like, I don't really think much else. Yeah, I think that's about it. So thank you for asking, Sky.
Well, that's about it. See you.
I actually had to check and see what you guys were talking about with the Poison Ivy things. I never saw that. That is crazy for Fortnite.
Yeah, I know, right?
Crazy.
Yeah.
They released a 2D animated bit where they're like I didn't watch all of it, but I saw like a clip of it and I was like, this looks like worse than something they would put in Rivals. It was crazy.
Have you seen the Hella skin? It's the exact
Yeah,
same
the Hella
thing.
skin is bad. No,
Don't put in Rivals.
no, I meant like the 2D. It was a specific trailer where they 2D animated
I
all
see.
three of the girls, and like they had like sexual innuendos in it like towards Batman. I know, and I was like, "What the fuck am I watching? Like this is crazy." But it's whatever. They don't matter.
'Cause I'm gonna re-download Fortnite, guys.
I mean, hey, they have a costume of Batman. He's just in trunks, so
Yeah,
worth it.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Well, I want the Batman slippers more than anything else in that set. I'm not gonna lie, they look awesome.
Oh no, I have to buy the Poison Ivy one to get the Batman slippers. Oh no.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna buy the Batman skin.
Don't know. I know. I was kidding.
Keeping it real. I actually don't want to spend my money on Fortnite.
No, not anymore. We don't play it enough. Okay. We don't have Chandler here, but I think we could do it. I'm gonna go. Austin, you're gonna start, and I'm gonna go off of you, and then we're all gonna join in. Okay. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Sky, what have you been watching?
Been watching.
Actually, it started really well. I'm not at the end. At least from my
I'm going with the most delay, so like I don't know if we're going off of me.
I know. I
disappointed Zach.
Austin started and it was fine, and then he paused for a very long time, and I was like, "It's because
You were continuing, and like I don't know why. Like
it's because of the delay."
pause this time. I know.
No, it's because that was my bad. I should have picked Cassie. I'm sorry. Next time when Chandler's not here, we'll do Cassie. That was my fault. I'm sorry.
It starts.
Yeah, it's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Better. You deserve us to.
He does deserve better, but it's my fault, not your fault.
But
They pause.
I'll
I heard it and I was like, that was so fucking ass. All three of us said it at different times.
Bad, man. It was really bad.
Chandler's are raw.
Because while I'm working, I like to have like background noise on. So I've gone through the entirety of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? The Scooby-Doo show. And I'm on the one from like the early 2000s, like midway through. So I finished basically like 2.5 series of Scooby-Doo while I'm working. I still watching New Girl. I'm trying to get the boring stuff out of the way. And then it's not boring from here on out. I've read 2.5 issues of Ultimate Spider-Man. I am further along in Insomniac Spider-Man. Oh, that game's so good. I think like the actual movie we reviewed is the worst Spider-Man content I've had the whole week, which is kind of nuts. But that, and then these specifically to the first one, specifically to Austin. Me and Lily started watching Ghost Stories of the Dove. Like, whenever you said, when I'm at home, I just want to brain rot, that is the show. It is. Yeah, it is. Oh,
I cannot believe.
You and dub or sub?
Both.
Because I know the voice actor for Oikawa is in Ghost Stories, and that's all I think about whenever I see clips.
I didn't know that. Interesting.
Yeah, same guy.
Some of the stuff they say in that dub is insane that it actually like is allowed on TV.
It's no fucking fun. Yeah, of episodes in. I think we're at like 4 or something, but like it's hilarious.
The one where they're like going to the police station is so funny because the mouths are moving so fast and he's like, blah, 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 and the other person's like, what she said.
Dude, and that's not even top 5 scenes for me.
There was I think Lily's favorite part is that like younger brother never actually says words. And so every time she sees him, she just goes like, oh, it like sins that like his like thing. And it's very funny. And then the one girl who's obsessed with Jesus is like, all thanks to our Savior. And then like, it's so good. And then the one guy just being so like raunchy whenever they're in middle school, right? Yeah, it's hilarious. He's like, so days today I see. She wants to like shoot that shit out of him. It's hilarious. It is so funny. Yeah. So,
great call for your mental health to like watch that.
Oh my god.
Yes. Some of the best that humanity's come up with.
Like for work, I had like 2 dumb deadlines that like were making me work longer than normal. So whenever I was done, that is what I did. I felt refreshed. Like it was great. I woke up the next morning after rotting for like an hour or 2 watching that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I had to shout you out for that one because I followed because you said it was really funny. And it definitely lived up to your hype.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's great.
Yeah. And then the other one is I've been reading Dungeon Crawler Carl. I'm on chapter 11. So I'm having a really good time with that. I like Princess Donut.
Yep.
I like Donut. It's Princess Donut, right?
It's Princess Donut.
Yeah, I thought so. After I said it, it sounded wrong. But
Full government name, Skylar.
I was gonna ask that.
That's what I was thinking.
The Queen and Chunk.
It's
The Queen and Chunk. I like that.
I see what you mean about the AI having foot fetish.
You don't, not yet, not fully.
I did want to one thing with the toe ring, and that was really funny. But yeah, I really like it so far. As we were talking about it, that
did you guys know that the guy? Sorry, I'm reading an article on the God of War thing. The guy who was Ryan Hurst, who was playing Kratos, He played Thor in God of War Ragnarok, like the video game. That's crazy. What a connection.
Oh, I did hear about that.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a good casting. But why does his beard look like that?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Also, it was wrong. It wasn't 3 episodes. It was 4 episodes they have to reshoot. So,
Well, at least Atreus looks slightly older now, hopefully. Yeah.
that's actually a good point. Yeah. Like maybe he's the age he's supposed to be.
Baby.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City Thunder just got another pick. Sick in the middle. I hate the Thunder.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That's not for this podcast. That's not for this podcast. But yeah, those are like the main things I've been watching. I'm hoping today I can finish Spider-Man 1 so I can go to Miles because I really want to watch it. Oh, I watched both the Into the Spider-Verse movies too. I forgot about that.
Nice.
Big Spider-Man week.
Yeah, very big Spider-Man week.
Huge Spider-Man week. And this is still the worst of all of them. But yeah, it is what it is, which is wild. Yeah, but that's all from my end. So stuck around this far. Thanks. A little bit of a ramble here at the end, but that was always going to be. And let us know what you thought about Spider-Man No Way Home down below in the comments, whether you're on the side of Zach, where it's just kind of mid.
No, we're on the side.
Seemingly everybody else, where it was pretty good. But next week will be is it the Odyssey or just Odyssey? I think it's just Odyssey.
I don't think it matters.
That we're going to be doing that. So we're trying to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year. So anything you do, like, comment, subscribe, share. Even just watching the video the whole way through to the end is greatly appreciated. Yeah, let us know what you think.
It's your fault specifically if we don't get 1,000 subs by the end of the year. This is your fault.
Sorry.
Man, what am I doing? Yeah, but we'll be back next week with Odyssey.
Yeah, we'll see you guys then. Bye. Sorry, that was weird. We don't have Chandler.